Joining me live on the set right now is Etienne and Ellie. They're going to be talking a little bit more about their choreography and dance this. Thanks, you guys, for joining us.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we played a little bit of a clip earlier, and before we play the full clip, I just want to kind of ask you guys a little bit about your dance backgrounds. I'll start with you, Ellie. When did you start dancing, and how did you get connected with Etienne?
Ooh. I started dancing in the late 70s in Minneapolis, where I'm from. Um, Pretty hardcore right from the beginning. I think my parents took me to one performance and it was on. Haven't stopped since, probably never will. And moved to Seattle maybe 20 something years ago and pretty quickly met up with this guy. I think we met up at Velocity Dance Center. I think he used to take my class back in the day. Um, and as far as him and I, man, it just stuck.
Wow, wow, Etienne, you aren't originally from Seattle, right? So, like, let's hear a little bit about your background and what brought you here.
My name is Etienne Cakpo, and I'm from Benin, West Africa. I'm a choreographer, dancer. I am the director of Gansango Music and Dance,
Wow.
and I started dancing when I was in my mommy's belly. And dance is my love. I love dancing. I love teaching. I love sharing because African dance is huge for me.
Yeah. And it has such a rich history. I mean, we were just talking to Stephanie Johnson Tolliver about so much of the history. And when we think about dance and choreography, it's been an expression, right?
Yeah.
For different cultures, a real expression. I want to get into this clip so we can show the folks what you guys do. Let's roll that clip, y'all. Wow. What an amazing lineup right there. Let's get into the details of Dance This. How did you guys get connected with Seattle Theater Group to help be a part of this amazing show?
I started with Seattle Theater Group. I think I've been in the STG family about almost 15 years now. Pulled in to start teaching at intensive, dance this intensive that happens here in Seattle. It's a week-long program for youth coming from all of the edges of the city. And I think after my very first class, I like found a home in this program just because of all the different people in the studio with me. Everybody's scared, everybody's vulnerable. And by the end of that first hour and a half, they were ready to explore deeper. And so I've stayed with the family. They've kept me. I'm not going anywhere.
Wow, absolutely, absolutely. And you guys came in. Did you guys come into SDG as a duo already, or you said you were by yourself and then you guys connected?
Yeah, we became as individuals.
Individual, yeah.
We met at the camp. So I teach at the intensive in the city, and then there's also an amazing camp in Fort Worden at Port Townsend. And I believe that's where we re-met.
Really click there.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
Oh, yeah.
So, Etienne, I mean, a lot of this stuff is really showcasing to youth how important dance is. How is that for you in terms of connecting with Seattle Theater Group and, dance this and the youth being able to kind of, learn from your experiences?
Yeah, work now. Like I'm working with Seattle Theater Group now 20 years,
Wow.
and for me, teach dance to these kids and collaborating with different group is very important. Like I said from the beginning, the African dance is huge, and to study African dance is not 2 years, is not 5 years, it's your whole life. And work with Seattle Theater Group and travel to Port Townsend and work with the kid there. Bring for me, it bring me who I am and share the culture where I come from.
Yeah, so much of dance is culture, right? And it looks like we showed a little bit of a clip of you guys and you guys doing a piece together.
Yeah.
You want to tell us a little bit about that piece? It looks like maybe it was a blend. Maybe you guys are blending your different styles. What was that like for you guys to work together on that piece?
Now, I think when we met in Port Townsend, we always want to work together. But this opportunity come and we say, okay, let's go back there. And when we get there, we find ourselves that, okay, here we are now. And the idea just start to come. Like dance with this beautiful choreographer. She's awesome. And we just click and create.
Wow.
I raised you 20. Yeah, I think about 20 years ago,
Yeah.
maybe a little less, we just started talking. I think you saw me improvise. He was playing the drums and we did kind of like a faculty jam. And he just, afterward, he just wouldn't stop staring at me. He was like, who are you? What are you? What's happening? And so we've just been talking ever since about wanting to gather. And I often don't bring a specific idea or even movement with me when I'm creating. I, especially through the STG programming, I like to just come rough, rugged, raw because those children bring things as well.
Yeah.
So I believe for me, I came to Port Townsend just to see my friend here,
Yeah.
the king. And the minute we just opened our arms and started moving, it was like we're two very unique individual people, but there's some kind of seed that
Wow.
is the same variety between us. So the movement just started unfurling.
Now, for me, like I said, a dance, we are messenger. And when you dance, you send the message. And when you send the message, you can have different idea in your mind, but when you dance, those who's watching you, they are seeing different things. Is why dance is good.
Well, you know what? You guys are inspiring me. Let's make sure the folks out there know when dance this is happening, how they can plug in. You guys and your piece just looks phenomenal. Clearly, there's been some change here too because with COVID, it hit the art scene hard. I mean, just in general, right?
Definitely.
Folks aren't gathering to come and see dance, like that. So you guys have made your own transition. How can folks tap into what you guys were able to create at Dance This?
August 13th. The beauty of this program, even with COVID going on still, is that everybody's invited.
Wow.
That's another thing I love about STG is no one has ever turned away for any reason, anywhere, any which way, any program. So August 13th, it's going to be an online virtual event, which means people from all over the world, as long as they can hook up with the YouTube. I know my family in Minneapolis will be watching. People in North Carolina will be watching.
And people in Africa watching.
Amen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So Dance This August 13th, virtual event. They can find all the information at STG's website, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Well, you guys have been phenomenal. Thank you for gracing us with your presence today on the Morning Update Show.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for having us.
Yeah, I feel the energy. I feel the vibe. Yeah.
I was going to just say, I'm surprised we're not dancing. He and I are usually moving, but
well, thank you guys so much again.